And we are very pleased to be joined by the CEO of World Team Tennis, Carlos Silva. Carlos, great to see you. Obviously, the big news coming out a couple of weeks ago that instead of the usual home and away matches for World Team Tennis this summer, it's going to be all at one neutral site at the beautiful Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia. Tell us how that came to pass.
Well, a few weeks ago, as we've all been in the middle of COVID, Brett, we made a decision that there was no way we were going to be able to fly 9 teams around 9 cities with New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Vegas. So we started looking for a host city. One of the requirements was that that state was open and that we had support from the government and everyone in that state. We looked at Florida, Texas, Nevada, out here in California, and then finally West Virginia came in. The Greenbrier is such a beautiful resort, but one of the great things is they also, because the COVID-19 instances have been so low in West Virginia, they also told us that we could put some fans in the stands. So we're going to be able to put 20% in a 2,500 person stadium. We'll be able to put 500 fans a day, which we were really excited about. It fits the World Team Tennis format so well. So it's going to be a great season.
So we've seen a variety of exhibitions and smaller tournaments take place around the world as tennis has slowly started to come back, and each one of them has had their own unique approach to social distancing and safety in the COVID era. And even though, as you just mentioned, the instances of infection in West Virginia have been low, what's your approach going to be? What are the protocols that you're going to be observing?
We haven't released them yet. The Greenbrier has a set of protocols for the resort. I was there last week. When you walk into the resort, you have a temperature check from the security guards as you come in. So that stuff is all in place. We're looking at testing on the way in at the beginning of the season with all of the players and staff, and then doing daily temperature checks. And then for also fans and anyone entering the venue, there'll also be an additional temperature check on a daily basis. And so that's what's in place now. But as you know, these guidelines are still moving. We're chatting and talking to all of the other major leagues about what they're doing. We've obviously been watching all the great stuff Tennis Channel and UTR has been doing, and we continue to learn. But that's where we are today, and we'll release those guidelines probably in another week, and then we'll finalize it.
So from the players that you've spoken with, what's their eagerness to get back out there and compete in World Team Tennis, and what's been their reaction to the common site approach that you guys are taking?
A lot of enthusiasm. Everyone is excited to get back on the court and play, excited to be playing against the top players in the world. I think in general, everyone, had a great 2019 season. We had a big season. There's a lot of prize money at stake in World Team Tennis this year. We've added $1 million of postseason prize money. So far across the board, everyone loves the selection of the Greenbrier. They think it's a beautiful resort. Many of the players, like the Bryant brothers and others, have spent time playing at the Greenbrier over the years. So far, we've had nothing but 100% thumbs up on everything. And then we also just have a lot of players that are now calling us and trying to get in. The rosters are set, but we're looking at some players, and there may be some opportunities to maybe do a short interim draft to bring some extra players on each of the teams.
So this is, historically speaking, the 45th anniversary of World Team Tennis. And thinking back to the beginning when Billie Jean King created it, the idea, of course, was to have a form of tennis where the contribution from men and women was counted equally. That has always been sort of the tentpole of this organization. What does it mean to you that in the midst of all this crisis, when so many other sporting events are being canceled, that you're able to keep that continuum now 45 years and running without being interrupted?
Really important, and it's really great that we're able to pull it off. It's great that we got the support from so many states, and then ultimately went to West Virginia. Having men and women on the same team competing, bringing that equality, and also just continuing to build on the momentum that we've got in World Team Tennis. I think so many of the players love it. It's great to see the players smiling, high-fiving, having a great time out on the court. And I think we're going to continue that now. And I think it's going to be a really interesting campus kind of feel. Even for the fans that come, they're going to be able to feel like they're at a Grand Slam in terms of all the players walking back and forth to their rooms and being in one location. So it's great what Billie Jean built so many years ago now. I'm privileged to be able to take it and run with it and continue to have a great team to build it in its 45th season.
I know you said a few minutes ago that there might be some additional player names added, but just in the few seconds we have left, give us a handful of names that people can look forward to watching during the season.
Well, I mean, the Bryant brothers, Sam Querrey, Stevie Johnson, Sloane Stevens is anchoring our team in Chicago, Danielle Collins. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Francis Tiafoe. And now we've got so many others that are calling us that are going to join the fray. So I think it's going to be a great season on World Team Tennis, and we're happy to have it live on Tennis Channel. That
was a perfect promo to end the interview with. Carlos, thanks for chatting with us today. We look forward to bringing the matches to our fans and yours starting on July 12th.
Thanks, Brett.